Hey, how are you doing today? This is Tintin Nguyen, and today on December 4th, Friday, we are going to go over some actionable daily forex and cryptocurrency signals. Okay, we're doing the analyzing these signals that's gonna hopefully help you make some educated decisions on your trades. So we're gonna go first and cover the XRP versus USD pair. Okay, that's the XRP versus USD. So this pair attained levels as low as 0.4566 and then initiate a new upsurge past 0.55. The price of Bitcoin, BTC, returned to levels over 19,000 and Ethereum, ETH, was able to break the barrier at 600. The XRP versus USD is currently striving to move over the barriers at 0.6350 and 0.65. It was able to form the lasting swing high close of 0.6896 prior to declining below 0.60. It visited the 50% Fibonacci retracement level of the upsurge from the 0.566 low to 0.6896 high. Now this pair was sustained over 0.5750 and it continued to the upside at the moment. Its performance is over the support at 0.60 and then the 4-hour chart 100 SMA. A look at the 4-hour chart shows a important action, which is the formation of a key contracting triangle with a barrier at 0.6340. The triangle support is near the 6.18% Fibonacci retracement level of the upsurge from the 0.4566 low to 0.6896 high. If the pair breaks over the triangle barrier, the pair could try to clear the barrier at 0.65. Now if the pair successfully closes over the barrier at 0.65, it could lead to an upsurge to the barrier at 0.70 within the coming few days. The pair's failure to move above the barrier at 0.6340 and 0.65 could make it move slowly to the downside. The first support on the downside is close to 0.60. The initial major support is currently being formed close to 0.5750. The main support is close to 0.55, beneath which the pair could strive to be sustained over the 4-hour 100 SMA. Alright, now over to the dollar. The dollar crept lower in early trade in Europe, on track for a loss of about 2% for the week, as risk sentiment is boosted by the increasing optimism that the US lawmakers will agree on a new COVID-19 relief package. The US dollar index, measuring the currency's strength against 6 other major currencies, dropped 0.1% to 90.638. Now that's slightly higher than the 2.5-year low of 90.504, which was reached on Thursday. Looking at the euro versus USD, which rose 0.1% at 1.2155, the highest since 2018. After climbing more than 8% this year, the currency's biggest rise since 2007. Now we look at USD versus Japan. USD versus the JPY, which lifted 0.01% at 103.92, and the risk-sensitive USD versus UAD inched down 0.1% to 0.7431, slightly off its highest level since more than 2 years. The COVID-19 surge is still hitting the US hard, with 14 million recorded this week, including the highest number of daily fatalities. New infections and hospitalizations since the pandemic started. The safe haven dollar has, however, not benefited from these concerns amid optimism over fresh fiscal stimulus to boost the U.S. economy and the successful rollout of vaccines. There is a $908 billion COVID-19 aid package that is gaining traction in Congress as senior Democrat officials back the proposal, and Republican hardliner Mitch McConnell saying a deal was close, and he suggested a smaller package. All right. If you find this information useful, please help us out by smashing that like button. And if you want to get updates like this, which will we be doing, I will be doing on a daily basis, subscribe to the channel. Consider subscribing. That's going to help us with YouTube's algorithm. I'm going to go ahead and continue now to roll in with videos showing you the crypto technical analysis of ETH versus BTC. Then you will see the GBP versus the JPY. That's the pounds versus the yen. And then we're going to go into Euro versus Canadian. And then finally, Litecoin versus Bitcoin. Okay, you're going to see the technical analysis of all of those. We will be continuing tomorrow. All right, thank you so much, and let's roll in the analysis.
We're taking a look at the Ethereum Bitcoin cross. That's a symbol ETHBTC. It's currently trading at 0.031427 Bitcoin. And on the daily chart, if we zoom out, we could see that it's kind of settled into a range. It's range trading here in this, and it keeps going into different levels, but a range nonetheless. It doesn't stay in any one direction for a prolonged period of time. So right now on the daily chart, we show resistance here at this level 3.033784. And we have support here at 0.026359, and it's currently trading near the center, near the middle of that range. Not a whole lot of momentum in either direction. It seems like it's just kind of creeping up both extremes of it. It did make a sharp bounce there, but it's kind of consolidated now, and it's trading right near the 9-bar moving average with almost no slope. And the MACD shows a little bit of momentum to the top, to the upside, but not enough to make a call on. When we go down to the 60-minute, the momentum indicator here shows no momentum in either direction. And even within if we look at this last section here, that's this section here, that's back to around the 29th, and that would be here. So this section here, it's settled into a little range of its own, and you can see it's bouncing to each extreme of it. So there really is no direction. We can if it stays in this range, every time it goes to one end or the other, we can and we have some momentum forming, then we can go ahead and take a position in the opposite direction, unless we see a lot of momentum and a potential breakthrough, either the resistance or the support. But for now, we probably want to wait until it goes to one extreme or the other, and then reevaluate and take a position in the opposite direction if everything lines up. Volume has also been just kind of normal the whole time. We saw a little bit more volume there, but not right now. It's kind of tapering down to where it normally is. So there's no indication that this is going to make a strong move to one side or the other. It looks like it's just going to stay in the range. and continue to range trade like it has since all the way back 2018. And this isn't one of those, even though it is a cross with the Bitcoin, it isn't one of those that went to one of the extremes or the other. It just kind of stayed in this range. So we should just range trade this one.
Good morning, guys. I'm going to be looking at sterling yen going into today's session. Now, sterling yen has been an asset that we've been looking at, pushing to the upside. It appears that we have met with a sort of key resistance level at 140.31. So price is tempted to test it, break up into that level several times over the past couple of weeks, and we sort of failed. But yesterday we put in a very strong sort of gravestone doji candlestick, Friday sort of indecisive candlestick, and a bullish candlestick, breaking that previous candle high. What I'm really seeing here is that the bullish momentum sort of phasing out in a very sort of transitionary way. You start off with a push to the upside, breaking the previous candle high. Though the next day we get indecisive candle, then we see bulls attempt to push higher again, though we finish with a doji. It does lead me to believe that we could potentially see some selling coming into this pair going into the day. So this is how we are looking on the hourly time frame. So you can see the clear resistance level, looking back in time, in this zone, really just around this key level here. This zone has held its previous resistance, so taking it back further, you see this region here where it sort of begins. Clear sort of resistance level. The price has tested now a number of times and failed to break up above. I do still think there is confidence for a move higher up into these key extension levels once we do break the level. So for now, I think we could move down to back down to at least the prior low. If we break the prior low, then a move back down to 139, being the sort of next key zone. We've tested it. Price breaks above, test the level, break price prior high, test the level once more, hold at this point before we push once more to the upside. So that is a key sort of support level, and of course we have the trend line as well acting as that sort of sloping level of support. Price is just above the intraday pivot level going into the day. We have R1 up above, S1 down around this region here. Moving average is very much now starting to sort of chop. The price trades in and around that moving average. The yen is amongst the stronger currencies going into the day, while sterling, of course, still has Brexit woes to deal with. Thank you, guys. Take care and enjoy your trading day. Good morning, guys. I'm going to be going through EuroCAD going into today's session. EuroCAD currently pushed higher yesterday, but failed to sort of hold above the key level of 156.50. Tested up into the 157 handle and rejected. Our price currently remains trading around the 156.25 level going into the day ahead. Now we are at a key sort of resistance around this previous level here, around 156.58. So I am looking at potentially price moving to the downside going into the session after this strong rejection candle. Fundamentally as well, we do have employment change figures set from Canada, as well as the unemployment rate, which is printing around 9% compared to 8.9, 22,000 jobs being added compared to the previous at 83.6 thousand. We did have commodity markets looking at oil, appreciating going into the session after OPEC came to an agreement to increase their output by 500,000 barrels per day starting from January. This comes as they were in talks to continue, whether or not to continue the current output curbs of around 7 million barrels, 7.7 million barrels per day. So that's now been reduced to 7.2, freeing up the 500,000 sort of extra supply that will be produced. Dropping down onto the hourly time frame, we can see here in terms of key zones to the downside. These are the key zones. Previous level of support in the upper zone will be this zone that coincides with the prior daily high, so coinciding with 157. We have 156.50 just tying in with this previous level here as well. In terms of pivot points for the session, you can see that we have the intraday pivot level just at 156.40. Price testing this level, we could see some resistance being found in this point. We also have R1 doubling with yesterday's R1 level and S1 down below. In terms of moving averages, we have seen that cross, sort of confirming the near-term sort of trend change that we have seen for Euro CAD. So thank you guys for tuning in. That's going to be it from me for the asset. Take care and enjoy the rest of your trading day.
We're going to take a look at Litecoin Bitcoin cross. That's symbol LTCBTC. It's currently trading at 0.004535 Bitcoin. And here on the daily chart, we can see it bounced off this low here. And if we go to the zoom out, we can call this the all-time low, because this was a low here that dropped, but it didn't close there. So we can call this. We can say that it bounced off this low here, this all-time low, and it's forming a reversal pattern here. It's forming an inverted head and shoulders reversal pattern with this as the head, shoulder here, and a shoulder here, and you can see this swing up is higher than this swing over here, and on the dip back down where it formed the shoulder, it's higher than this low here. Okay, so now the last part of the pattern would be for this price move, this swing up to the upside here, exceeding this level here at 0.0055058, and that would complete the pattern. And so it still has a ways to go, but you see momentum is changing to the upside here. We've got the 9-bar moving average moving to an upward slope. Price is trading above it. We can see the MACD, the blue line is above the goal line here, and it's in a positive territory, and we have some separation. So the potential for this is likely. If we go to the 60-minute, we can see here's the head that we described, head of the reversal pattern. Here's the shoulder here and the shoulder here. Okay, so this still trend line that's forming here on this little channel here. If when price goes above that there, okay, because this is going up now, so this is sort of a counter downtrend. So when this breaches this up here, then there's that's a good indication that it's going to follow through with that reversal pattern. It might be a good time to go ahead and go long there once this breaches up here, and then use this as a protective stop and let this if it does turn out to be a reversal, then there'll be a lot of room for profit there. So let's wait for that to breach that line there and take a long position and see how it plays out.